so this is the Mustang we spoke of. It's not flared. There doesn't seem to be much in the way of, well, I mean, there's work done to the panels, but the whole thing's been widened 4 inches. I love that.
Thanks.
It's diabolical in that you want to get the big, I mean, everyone, the first thing you want is the big rims, the big tough tires, the whole thing, the deep dish, everything. But second thing is you have to flare the car to do that. And you figured out a way to get the huge, what do you have in the rears?
We've got a 13.5-inch wheel in the back with a 345, and we have 11-inch up front with a 315 up front. Most people couldn't.
315 in the front.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so explain how you did the wide body, because it's kind of confusing if you can't actually see.
At first, it was the guy brought us a car and it was like, want a couple $100,000 car, kind of like the bailout car. I don't know if you've seen it, but Jim was saying, God, these cars are just too narrow, and without widening them through the middle and distorting the whole.
Right.
We thought it'd look more like a Ferrari or smaller canopy with bigger stance, but not. I mean, these cars are iconic. I don't care if you're Chevy, Dodge, it doesn't matter. These original Fords are beautiful, and we didn't want to distort the side profile. So
right.
The idea was to cut it through the top of the fender doors, quarters, and bring everything out 2 inches. With the paint scheme, we tried to hide your eye so you didn't really catch that big ledge here.
Right, and it worked because you can't put your finger on it. You have the hood done up, sort of reminds me of something Mopar might do. Put the horsepower right on the hood.
Kind of wanted to make it, a little of that Mopar. You're right, we normally don't go loud, but with this we went loud, so we went really loud. And,
it's deafening, but it works. And the engine, we got to look under the hood. You guys will get to look under the hood as well. Is really just some of the cleanest work I've ever seen. I mean, there's really, I mean, let's just take a look at it, because it's kind of mind-numbing how clean it is under here.
We put a full chassis under this car, so we built all the aprons and everything you see, but it's an old school car. There's not a lot of frills, there's no air, there's nothing like that, and we just wanted a nasty. The owner that we built it for says, I got a long driveway, I just want to scare the shit out of my friends going up the driveway and back down, and that's really all I care about.
Here's a $500,000 to do that.
I wish it was $500,000, but just to scare them, and it's a Keith Craft, just nasty 740
I
horse.
could have saved him some money by just giving him a crossbow and telling him to get in his underpants. That will send a shiver through the spine of any neighbor. Here's a 12-pack of Strohs. Get down to the underpants. Here's a crossbow. There you go. Saved you $500K. The engine in this car, it's 427. It's putting out 740 horsepower. Is it slid back?
Yeah, it's back almost 8 inches from where it would be stock, and that's why the sway bar is mounted really high.
Is this a mid-engine car then?
It's pretty close. You know, it's right at 50-50, so we definitely got it back on its.
There's so much attention to detail on this stuff. All these little things that it's
so
like it takes
clean.
Forever to recognize.
Yeah, like I don't
every
even
little thing.
know where to start appreciating this
thanks.
work, and I love your royal purple.
So I know they're a sponsor. I've seen you in the commercials. They're a sponsor with you guys.
I got to give them
showing
love
off
too.
The royal purple. This is way trick the way you guys are doing showing that off.
Got the showing off a oil filter is really cool, and it's acting as an oil cooler as well.
Exactly.
I mean, it's out front just collecting bugs and air, and cooling the oil as it passes through it. So here's the full carbon fiber
roof. Yeah, it was a lot easier to build the cage once we cut the roof off it.
It's specified 110 race fuel.
Yeah, we got a charge port on the side.
Battery charge port on the side, hidden into the basically into the stripes.
I was looking at that, wondering what that was, and that is cool because these cars aren't driven on a daily basis. Everyone's got to do that trickle charge thing, but you got to pop the trunk and wire it into the battery and all that.
Especially because the owner's just going to drive it up and down the driveway.
Yes. Now, I don't know what material that is on the tranny hump there.
It's a Jeep material. If any of our cars you see, we don't really use carpet in any of them. We always use a seat material out of another product, and we use that. It's just more fun than carpet. I've not been a carpet fan.
Really cool And the interior is just spectacular. I mean, the whole thing is just
These
obviously
are door
worth
handles
of art.
that you guys
Yeah, we
you guys
make them
fabricate
and,
and sell, right?
and sell those.
Oh,
Let me turn the power on so you
Oh,
can.
so you can push it in?
Yeah.
Yeah, and can you fire it
Go
up
ahead.
for us?
Yeah. Why don't you get it in?
All right.
Fired up.
I'm going to bang my feet together because I
There
don't
you
feel
go.
good about it. I don't want
Put your finger on that start switch.
As it starts switch right there. Wow.
Give it some gas.
Wow.
That gets the guy going.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now you just hold your finger on the start, and that's
really?
what shuts it off.
Wow, and it's not a mechanical start button. It's
Yeah.
electronic start.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you don't have to depress anything.
Right. You just
It's like
it
a-
senses the heat on your finger.
I feel
So-
the camera's not going to actually do it justice. This thing
No.
sounds sick. It
Yeah.
sounds sick. This is where you can
Yeah,
see
this
you
is
built
where
in.
Yeah.
we
The
cut it
door is
through
actually wider.
and through the jam, but we really wanted to
here.
retain where you
Yeah,
couldn't
the
really
sills.
tell.
Yeah, the
These sill panels you can see is where he added.
Yeah, the
the
2
width is
inches.
added in between the inner and outer skins of the car.
Right, unbelievable, and again, just keeping that great stock shape to it, but being able to accommodate
Yeah.
the 13 and a halves. And by the way, for people, when you see a 13-inch rim when there's no tire mounted on it and you're just holding it, it's a barrel.
Yeah,
I mean,
it-
that is
it
just
really
a
is.
ton of rim.
They get a lot smaller once they're under the car. That's why you're always like, I want
Yeah.
something bigger. I want something bigger.
Yeah.
The wheels are great. The center lock I think is cool.
Yeah, it kind of
Unbelievable.
went with
Really cool.
the theme. Actually, we used the same wheel on both cars, and
Well,
it's a one-off that they're doing for us now.
Speaking of both, this is the 70 Camaro that's behind?
70 Camaro, correct.
And
This one's more, just subtle, I guess, color-wise, and
it's got a little flare in the
Little
front, little
flare.
flare in the rear. Almost, I'm scared to say stock mirrors, but stockish looking.
stockish. We took a stock mirror and changed them the way they hang and sharpened and changed. They're actually stock mirrors that we modified just to be different. Just that you're the only one who noticed that they're actually different than stock.
Yeah.
Well, you know what it is the stock stuff. It's like what you guys do and what you're good at, and I always say the best compliment is when someone walks up on the car and they go, I don't know what you did to this car, but it looks so much better than a stock one, but yet I can't point at what you did. And when you can point at stuff, it just usually means you just bolted on a bunch of
Right.
crap. But massaging stuff, that's what I like. And I can see that it is a better looking mirror than a stock
Yeah,
mirror,
but
but
you
it
don't know
feels
what's stock.
It feels stock. Yeah, and this is more the Ring Brothers colors that I usually
That you-
speak of. This
right.
sort of greeny,
Greeny
mossy,
gray, yeah.
gray, kind of
Taupey,
cool,
yeah.
Kind of a
taupey
green gray.
hue and inside, and again, just attention to detail everywhere.
You have a lot of body mods on this
Yeah,
car?
believe it or not, there's a ton, like in the wheel wells. Just besides flaring them, we opened them up. We extended the quarters. We
Yeah,
the rockers go all the way forward.
This behind the rear wheel quarter looks
Yeah.
much more aggressive and longer, and just this whole rear end just
Yeah,
has
it's-
obviously a much more aggressive.
Clearly a lot
Look
you've done
to
in the
it.
back.
The whole back end, the rockers, normally the fenders, and the same on the Mustang, they usually wrap around up front, but we feel it looks better just to extend the rocker all the way forward, and we actually tapered them back to the scoop. The engine's an LS7
Right.
that it's been tweaked to 650 horse, but it's a pump gas motor, not like the Mustang.
Right. There's your ports.
Port there to charge it. Yeah, we seem to get on a theme, whenever we
Yeah.
have built some parts or used some parts,
Yeah.
we continue to use them so other people will buy them. So
Yeah, and again, just super clean.
It's hard to make
super
an LS
tasteful.
motor look good, to be honest. You know, they come with a cover on them for a reason. When you take them off, you know, then you're fighting to try to.
I like that that you guys are not covering up all the engines.
Yeah.
You've been doing this for a while. Where I mean, you spend a lot of time on taking what's there and trying to make it look better. I've seen it on some of the older Roush motors you've worked on.
I don't know where the car guys went to cover motors, because, like, looking at your race car, that's what's cool. You know what it takes to make it go down the road, and the cover it is a sin to me. So
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think it started with a lot of European stuff where there was just, as soon as they got rid of the spark plugs and the spark plug wires, and it was just a bunch of electronics and a bunch of smog related stuff and a bunch of computer related stuff, someone said, look, let's just take one big piece of plastic, put the M badge in the middle of it, it'll look cool, and you can wipe it down with Windex.
Exactly.
And it just started that,
and the hot
and
rodders.
it just sort of kind of came over here. But yeah, I'm with you. Like, I love to see a valve cover. I love to see trumpets. I mean, obviously this is a different type of injection, but I you know, there's nothing that looks better than fuel injection and those big stacks hanging out like on a Can-Am car or something like that. It's just a great look.
Feel.
Yeah, and well, let's close the hood actually and take a look at the front end, because I have not seen the front end on this car. Wow, it's almost Jag-esque.
Yeah,
in a way.
And something tells me you changed everything on the front.
changed everything up front except the grill. We're really careful about using a stock grill, even though we changed the surround and all that. It's like, that's what these cars are, and to get rid of them, you're walking a tightrope.
The grill looks quite a bit taller than a
Actually,
stock
it's
car.
not.
It isn't?
No.
Wow.
It's by adding, dumping the nose and adding that rear spoiler that's all steel in the sides, I think, give you that. And the placement of the bumpers, we made the bumpers from scratch. And, and even like that, this light here, typically they're centered, and there's a split line through them. We actually made it all part of the headlight assembly. And I mean, just a little thing that still looks very Camaro-ish.
You want to fire it up, Matt, and I'll get in the back this time.
I think I got to turn the power on this.
And you got Bear brake calipers in a color that Bear does not make.
Yeah, that's pretty typical for us. Putting a color on them that they don't make stock.
And the interior on these cars, you guys do so much.
Yeah, so get in and...
Yes, bang those feet together. And again, the carpet, well, it's not carpet. It looks like headliner material.
Yeah, that's more of what it is on that. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, it's really a cool idea.
The owner doesn't like it, so it's not going to stay.
It's really...
yeah.
It's removable interior pieces.
It's a brick, in case you want to rob a bank.
It's a really cool idea of taking flooring and carpet, untraditional flooring materials and putting them on the floor. Taking a headliner and putting it on the floor is really cool.
Yeah. All right, same thing. You got to get it to go green, so you got to kind of touch it.
Hold it down.
That sounds healthy.
Got some big pipes in the back coming out of this one. They won't be able to see, but...
Oh my God. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an asymmetrical thing going on this car too. We just wanted to flip it and just change it up.
Unbelievable. It's just a work of art. I toss a rev. We're so spoiled. Yeah, you got to look.
You got to hold it down.
Hold it down. You got to.
They don't want you to just bump it and then.
We'll get the cameras around the back. The back is very kind of Zagato, the new Aston Martin, like Aston Martin Zagato, like from about 5 years ago. The whatever thing they had. It's got a little bit of that going to it, but just the taillights, it's just everything. It's just awesome.
We notched the bumpers, to give it. When we moved it in, the bumpers start to come into play. So. Just notched them.
For the taillights. Yeah, it's just spectacular. Mike, you've outdone yourself. This is really just works
You're not
hard.
getting paid enough over there.
Yeah,
You're just not.
To hear from you, it really makes us feel great.
It's just
even like you don't even see it because the
Yeah.
doors are closed the whole time.
Yeah, the door,
just the pieces
just
in
the
door
hardware,
trim
all the
and-
details, just unbelievable, spectacular. And I'll give you about 20 minutes to pack this shit up. Get off the goddamn property. It's not our business here.
Thanks a lot for
Mike,
having us.
how can people find you, by the way, if they
Thank
want
you
to go
so much.
online or anything like
Love
that?
to have you look at our website at ringbrothers.com.
Ringbrothers.com.
There's a bunch of cool shit you can buy up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hinges, the
We
door
can buy-
handles, all that stuff.
We're making so what you see, you can have.
So until
for the
next
cars.
time, I always forget our ending. This
Yeah.
is Adam Carolla for Matt DeAndrea and Mike Rings saying, keep the air in the spare
Yeah.
and the bag in the wheel.